Behind every AI prompt your team enters, there is an invisible meter running. For most companies, that meter is a high-pressure leak. You're paying a hidden fee for every email draft, slide deck, and market analysis your team generates. In 1995, anyone working with computers had to understand file sizes. A floppy disk held exactly 1.44 megabytes, roughly 1 minute of low-quality audio. If you didn't know the difference between a text file and a heavy image, you went wrong physical disks. 10 years earlier, the power dynamic was even more extreme. The people who understood basic DOS commands like make directory or copy ran IT. Everyone else was left helpless, staring at a blinking cursor. Modern business leaders are currently trapped in that same state of helplessness. They evaluate AI effectiveness through feelings and vibes because they haven't been shown the elementary principle underneath the interaction. They are paying a nerd tax because they don't see the meter. The secret to stopping this financial bleed isn't writing better prose or longer prompts. It's mastering the fundamental, invisible currency of the cognition age, the token. Conceptually, a token is AI working memory. It is the smallest metered unit of attention. It is the unit in which models read, reason, and write, and it is the unit in which every AI vendor bills your company. Before an AI can process your request, a component called a tokenizer chops your text into these subword chunks. One token is roughly 3/4 of a word. As the model processes these blocks, the taximeter runs. This cost curve follows the same path as 1990s RAM. In 1995, 64 megabytes of RAM cost $2,000, so only professionals could run Photoshop. Today, tokens are the new bottleneck. Each word, frame, or second of AI thinking has a concrete price. Not all tokens cost the same. Text is the equivalent of a cheap cache. It costs pennies per document. But 1 second of high-definition video can burn 10,000 tokens or more. From a management perspective, treating a simple text summary and a cinematic video clip as the same AI task is a critical failure. It is like treating a one-page memo and a feature film as if they take up the same amount of space. By treating the token as a unit of inventory or a utility, we can translate legacy computer rules into a modern playbook for managing AI spend. Rule 1 is DIR, know your context window. If you dump a 200-page contract into a model without checking the file size first, you risk context overflow and massive unnecessary input costs. Rule 2 is copy, prompt reuse. By using a feature called prompt caching, you can store your brand voice or standard company data once. Reusing that cache data is 90% cheaper than resending it with every new request. Rule 3 is DEL, token budgeting. Every word the AI writes, the output, costs roughly 5 times more than the words it reads. Deleting verbose boilerplate and 5,000 token instructions is the 2026 version of clearing out temp files to save space. And Rule 4 is autoexec.bat, system prompts. Setting your company's compliance and tone rules permanently at the system level ensures you aren't paying to process the same instructions from scratch for every single employee request. Applying these 4 levers moves AI from a vibe-based expense into a line item that is tracked and optimized with the same precision as any other raw material in your supply chain. Without token discipline, teams hit token bankruptcy, spending their entire budget on high-cost video tokens before finishing basic strategy. This is why the only KPI that matters is cost per finished asset, measuring total token spend divided by shipped deliverables, like a localized ad. Smart caching text tokens drops the cost of a finished draft from 50 cents to 5. When you multiply that across an entire marketing department, you aren't just saving money, you are increasing the volume of what your team can produce. The mandate is to stop treating AI as a magic oracle and start managing it as a metered utility. You must know what type of tokens you are buying and whether you can cache them or shrink them. The teams that internalize these mechanics effectively lower their unit cost of thinking. While competitors wonder why AI bills are 10 times higher, these managers are shipping more assets for less money, ending the nerd tax for good.